When was the last time you stopped and listened to yourself breathe? Maybe right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of quiet in here. I knew I wanted to give a speech today, but I had no idea what I wanted to talk about. So I Googled Toastmasters speech topics, and a list of 365 popped up. Can you think of that many speech topics? One for every single day of the year. So I'm scrolling and scrolling through this list, and I can't find one that's really sticking until I'm 150 deep, and this question pops up. It's the first one that actually makes me stop and think, and that's the whole point. We have so many distractions now in this day, so many things we could be doing at any point in time. Listening to music while we drive, while we work, while we go on walks, short form content. How many of us are addicted to TikTok? None? Okay, what about, okay, we have two. What about Instagram Reels?
Yeah.
Okay, almost everyone's hand went up for that one. I have a friend who's addicted to YouTube Shorts. That's you?
All the shots, all the.
You think shorts are better? I think shorts are the worst, honestly. Okay. We talked at our last session about how kids today have so many distractions. They're always on the phone. They were not sure how they would really survive in the real world, and we said we're the same way. I know I have fallen victim to this. Last night I was talking to my friend on the phone, and she says, yeah, my screen time, we sent screenshots of that. She goes, it was 11 and a half hours today. I said, oh, exactly. Oh my goodness. I said, you have a problem. You need help. And then I said, let me check mine. Yesterday I went to church. I took a nap. I did some work in the evening. I didn't think that I had a high screen time. I even said that. I said, I don't think mine's that bad today. 8.5 hours.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. I use so many distractions every single point of the day. I can't even fall asleep without watching something. I like to fall asleep watching YouTube, a movie, maybe a show, something slightly insipid, but not entirely so that I'm not completely bored. When I was a kid, I could not fall asleep watching anything. I was not allowed to have a TV in my room, so I would fall asleep in pitch black silence. In 4th grade, I had this best friend, and I would stay the night at her house every Friday night, and she would always fall asleep watching a movie. I could not. It was one of those big box TVs, and so we were either watching Disney Channel or a movie, and if it was a movie, once the movie was over, it'd be just the glowing blue screen, that DVD logo bouncing, you know what I'm talking about, and the zzz of the TV. I could not fall asleep. If it was Disney Channel, a show would just be playing on and on all night, so I would lay there just awake until finally I was able to start falling asleep watching something, which was great for that time. Now it means that I cannot fall asleep unless I am watching something. I have to be distracted, my brain has to be distracted, or else it'll constantly be running and I won't be able to fall asleep. So now, every time I go to the movie theater, I have trained myself, exactly. I have Pavloved myself into falling asleep every single time I watch anything. I went and saw The Little Mermaid in the theaters. I was out. I was out like a light. It was a 3D movie, so I had the 3D glasses on. It was 2 p.m., the middle of the day. I had a hoodie on, these 3D glasses on. It was dark. I passed out. My sister was next to me, and she noticed, and she elbows me. She's like, Emma, wake up. I went and I saw Moana 2 with my friend. Of course, I'm out. Afterwards, she's like, what did you think? I could not tell you a single plot line. I don't know anything that happened in that movie. Did anyone here watch Oppenheimer when it came out?
I could not sit through that movie.
It was so bad. I didn't. I couldn't. It was like over 3 hours long. I was passed out. I could not fall asleep. So now, it takes me 7 nights to get through a movie. I try to watch a movie every week as I fall asleep. 7 nights, and I'll be trying to stay awake. Last week, I watched, has anyone heard of Theo Vaughn? His podcast? He interviewed this Amish kid, and it was interesting. I know an Amish kid interview doesn't sound that interesting. It was not super insipid. It took me a whole week to get through this podcast. We have so many distractions constantly going every day, and we have so many options for things to do. And studies show that the more options we have, the more unhappy we are. It's why, does anyone have children? We have moms in here? A lot of moms. I'm not a mom, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. But every time I babysit, I've always been told that you tell a kid, we can do this, or we can do this. Not, oh, we can do all all of these different activities because they'll become overwhelmed. And I am the same way. I'm just like a kid. With all of these options, I get overwhelmed. And so one way that I like to get out of this phase and stop the distractions and stop being overwhelmed with all of the things we have going on so that we don't have time to stop and listen to ourselves breathe is I like to go on walks. And I'll start out with the music. I'll start out distracting myself. And as soon as an hour has gone by into the walk, I become bored with the music and I decide I'd actually rather just listen to my own thoughts. And so at that point, that is the only time I feel that I am able to actually stop and listen to myself breathe. So I challenge you, if you feel like we had a lot of real watchers here. So if you feel like you're in the same position where you're constantly distracting yourself with something, to find something similar to how I like the walks, to where you can actually stop and listen to yourself breathe.
Good job. Good job, Emma. That was great. Thank you so much.